Time now 9:40. We are following breaking developments from Elizabeth City, where a deputy shot and killed a black man. Radio traffic from the morning Andrew Brown Jr. was shot reveals that he was shot in the back. WRAL's Brian Schrader joins us now with the breaking details just into our newsroom.
Yeah, we spent the past few minutes listening to the radio traffic involving first responders. Now, before we play this audio, here's what we know about the moments before Andrew Brown Jr. was shot. The Pasquotank County Sheriff and Chief Deputy say an arrest warrant related to felony drug charges was being served. And at some point during that time, Brown was shot.
Family of the man shot and killed by a Pasquotank County Sheriff's deputy is demanding answers. A deputy shot and killed Andrew Brown Jr. yesterday morning in Elizabeth City while serving a search warrant. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Allen.
And I'm Janet Roach. The Brown family attorney and activists are now calling for the immediate release of police body camera video. Investigative reporter Evan Watson is live in Elizabeth City. And Evan, what more have you learned today?
An update tonight in the deadly police shooting of a black man in North Carolina. New details revealed in just the last hour. They're important, and here are the main ones. More than one deputy who shot at Andrew Brown Jr. Now, yesterday, the Pasquotank County Sheriff said it was one shooter. But then today he said it was multiple deputies. The lawyer for Brown's family says it was 3 deputies who are now on administrative leave.
And right now at 6, unanswered questions remain about the deputy-involved shooting in Elizabeth City. Plenty of people are demanding answers.
They've taken to the streets once again today, and they'll want to hear what the sheriff just told us. Good evening to you. We hope that you're doing well on this Friday. We begin at 6 with the people of Elizabeth City pleading to know more about Wednesday's deputy-involved shooting.
We want to know as well in order to help you understand the chain of events leading to Andrew Brown Jr.'s death. Chopper 10 was above the second protest of the day happening this evening. People in those crowds have been demanding the release of the body camera video. The sheriff's office says it has.
Late this afternoon, City Council took up the issue as well. We have 2 reports tonight, beginning with 10 on your side's Jason Marks, who has been covering this story since it happened.
And Jason, you have some breaking details from the sheriff.
And Tom, for the last couple days, everybody in the community has been asking, where is Sheriff Tommy Wooten? Well, just a couple minutes ago, 10 on your side caught up with him, and it's an interview you'll see only on here.
Following developments in a deadly officer-involved shooting in Elizabeth City. Good evening, I'm Stephanie Harris.
And I'm Regina Mobley. A deputy shot and killed Andrew Brown yesterday morning while conducting a search warrant. 10 on your side's Jason Marks has been working the story all day. And Jason, you spoke to an eyewitness.
And Regina, that eyewitness really gave us a very clear picture of what she saw yesterday that happened to Andre Brown. And she said that what happened to Andrew Brown had no need, and there was no need for deputies to fire into his car.
It was multiple shots. It was repeatedly, like back to back, like bah, 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 like that.
The family of Andrew Brown Jr. and their attorneys plan on being here at the sheriff's office later on this morning in hopes of seeing that critical body camera footage, something that they have been demanding to see for several days now. This shooting took place Wednesday morning, and law enforcement have released very few details on what exactly took place. We do know that deputies were attempting to serve a search and arrest warrant on drug-related charges at the time when things took a deadly turn. 7 deputies have been placed on administrative leave. 3 deputies have also resigned, but we're told this was not related to the shooting.
No justice, no peace. What's his name? Andrew Brown.
Tonight, calls for justice and growing pressure to release body camera footage after deputies shot and killed Andrew Brown Jr.
We are demanding that we have transparency and accountability. And if denied, the request is to be forwarded to the district attorney's office as well as to Superior Court.
Sheriff Tommy Wooten wants the footage released too.
Our county will file a motion in court, hopefully Monday.
Elizabeth City now the latest community on edge after a deadly law enforcement shooting.
And Kathy joins us now. Kathy, is there anything that could prevent the body cam footage from being released?
Well, Jose, that footage has been handed over to the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, and the sheriff is just waiting for confirmation, saying that releasing the footage will not undermine the ongoing investigation. Jose?
The deadly police shooting of Andrew Brown Jr. by deputies in North Carolina. New video tonight shared by the family's lawyer, showing deputies packed in a pickup truck arriving at Brown's home. And the family's independent autopsy results now. They say Brown was shot 5 times, including what their lawyer said was a kill shot to the back of the head. Here's ABC's Victor Akendo in North Carolina tonight.
The governor of North Carolina calling for transparency and the release of police body cam video in the shooting death of Andrew Brown. 7 sheriff's deputies have been placed on leave after Brown was killed on Wednesday while authorities were attempting to serve an arrest warrant. ABC's Mona Kosar Abdi is on this story for us. Mona, good morning.
Overnight, protesters were on the streets of a town in eastern North Carolina following a deputy who shot and killed a man while trying to serve a search warrant.
Yeah, it happened yesterday morning in Elizabeth City. Family members identified the man as 40-year-old Andrew Brown Jr. Witnesses say Brown got into his car and was driving away when the deputy fired his gun. It's not clear what kind of investigation led them here.
My nephew was a sweetie. He did what he did, but he was a sweetie. And I ain't sugarcoating nothing, baby. I ain't sugarcoating nothing. But I think they wrong.
We decided to hold the press conference this morning rather than earlier in the week because we felt it would be prudent to first allow space for the county officials to control the narrative since our officers were not involved. To those who have been participating in the ongoing protests, the city would like to thank you for your peaceful, and orderly conduct. Because when all is said and done, we will still have to live here in peace and harmony because this is our home.
Their frustrations are our frustrations. We live here, right? If you can hear the frustrations of the citizens, and imagine our frustrations, hearing those frustrations when we've been tasked with serving those citizens.